My cheating husband brought his mistress to our daughter's dance recital and humiliated us both. Months later, at our anniversary party, I shocked everyone by kissing her husband. Right in front of them, and watched their perfect affair collapse instantly. I'm standing in the lobby of the Riverside Dance Academy holding a bouquet of roses for my daughter, Madison. When I see them, my husband Derek and her, they're not touching. They're not even standing close together. But I know the way she glances at him when she thinks no one's looking. The way his phone has been buzzing all evening. The way he told me he'd be late because of a work thing, but somehow arrived at the exact same time as this woman I've never seen before. My name is Amber, by the way. I'm 38 years old, married for 15 years, and up until this exact moment, I thought I was losing my mind. See, I'd suspected something for months. The late nights, the new cologne. The way Derek started going to the gym 5 days a week when he'd barely managed to for the past decade. But every time I tried to bring it up, he made me feel crazy paranoid, like I was the problem. But now she's here at my daughter's dance recital. She's younger than me. Of course she is. Maybe early 30s, blonde hair and perfect beachy waves, wearing jeans and a blazer like she's trying to look casual but still put together. She's pretty in that Instagram filter kind of way, and she's watching the door where the girls will come out after their performance with the same anxious excitement I'm feeling. That's when it hits me. She has a daughter here too. I watch as a little girl around Madison's age runs out and jumps into her arms. The woman spins her around laughing, and I see Derek smile. Not at them exactly, just in their direction, like he's part of this moment somehow. My stomach turns. Madison comes running out next, her little bun slightly askew from all the dancing. Her cheeks flushed with excitement. "Mommy, did you see me? Did you see my arabesque?" I scoop her up, forcing a smile that feels like it might crack my face in half. "You were perfect, baby. Absolutely perfect." Derek walks over and I watch his eyes. They don't follow the blonde woman as she leaves with her daughter, but they flicker just for a second. "Great job, Mads," he says, ruffling her hair. "You killed it out there." "Where were you?" Madison asks him. "You missed the beginning, work thing ran late," he says smoothly. But I caught most of it. The same excuse he gave me. I don't say anything. Not then, not in the car. Not when we get home and tuck Madison into bed and Derek kisses my forehead and says he's exhausted and heads to the shower. I wait until I hear the water running. Then I do something I've never done before. I check his phone. His passcode used to be our anniversary. Then he changed it 6 months ago. Said it was for security reasons because of work. But I know Derek. I've known him since college, and Derek isn't creative. I try Madison's birthday. Nothing. His birthday. Nothing. Then on a hunch that makes me feel sick, I try a date from 3 months ago. The first time he came home really late and claimed he'd been stuck at the office. Sir 415 April 15th. It unlocks. And there it is. Everything. Messages to someone saved as Ross client, but the content is definitely not about business accounts or quarterly projections. "Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Wear that blue dress I like. Thank you for last night. You're incredible. I know this is complicated, but I've never felt this way before. I feel like I'm going to throw up, but I keep scrolling. There are dozens of messages, hundreds maybe, going back months. Her name is Vanessa. They met at the gym. Of course they did. She's divorced. Has a daughter named Lily who's in Madison's dance class. That's why she was at the recital. And Derek has been seeing her for almost 7 months. 7 months. I hear the shower turn off and I quickly put the phone back exactly where it was. My hands are shaking. My vision is blurry with tears I won't let fall. Derek comes out in his pajamas, drying his hair with a towel. "You okay?" he asks. "You look pale." "Just tired," I manage. He gets into bed next to me and within minutes he's asleep, snoring softly like he doesn't have a care in the world. I lie awake all night. The next morning I do something I never thought I'd do. I create a fake Instagram account. It takes me about 10 minutes to find Vanessa. Her profile is public. She's one of those people who posts everything. Her workouts, her green smoothies, her daughter's art projects. And there, buried in her photos from 3 months ago, is a picture that makes my blood run cold. It's her and a man. He's got his arm around her, and they're both smiling at the camera. The caption reads, "Best 8 years with this one. Happy anniversary to my amazing husband, Nathan." Husband. She's not divorced, she's married. I screenshot everything, every message from Derek's phone, every photo from Vanessa's Instagram. I create a folder on my laptop and I save it all. Then I get Madison ready for school and I drop her off and I drive to the coffee shop near my house and I sit in my car and I cry. Really cry. The ugly kind where your whole body shakes and you can't breathe right. But after 20 minutes, I stop because anger is starting to replace the sadness. Derek doesn't just get to do this. He doesn't get to blow up our family and humiliate me and make me feel crazy for months. He doesn't get to bring his mistress to our daughter's dance recital. Like that's somehow okay. And Vanessa doesn't get to play happy wife on Instagram while she's sleeping with my husband. I need a plan. It takes me 3 days to find Nathan. Vanessa's husband is easy to track down because she tags him in everything. He works in construction management, played college football. Looks like the kind of guy who'd have no idea his wife was capable of cheating. I find his work email through his company website, and I sit there for an hour staring at a blank message trying to figure out what to say. Do I just tell him, send him the screenshots, blow up his life the way mine is being blown up? But then I think about Derek at that recital smiling while Vanessa hugged her daughter. I think about him lying to me every single day. I think about him touching me with the same hands he's been using to touch her. And I hit send. Mr. Bradley, you don't know me, but I think we need to talk. It's about Vanessa and my husband, Derek. I have proof of what's been going on. I know this is a lot to take in, but I think you deserve to know the truth. Amber. I include my phone number. Then I close my laptop and I go pick up Madison from school and I make her favorite dinner and I help her with her homework and I pretend everything is fine. Derek comes home late again. Work thing, he says. I just nod. My phone buzzes at 10 p.m. Unknown number. Is this Amber? This is Nathan Bradley. Can we meet? We meet at a park halfway between our houses the next day. I told Derek I had a dentist appointment. Nathan told Vanessa he had a site inspection. I spot him sitting on a bench near the playground. He's bigger than he looks in photos, broader, the kind of guy who looks like he could break someone in half but is currently sitting with his shoulders slumped forward like he's been punched in the gut. Nathan. I approach carefully. He looks up. His eyes are red. Yeah, Amber. I nod and sit down next to him, keeping some distance. I didn't believe it at first, he says without preamble. I thought maybe you were some crazy person or you got the wrong Vanessa or something. But then I checked her phone last night while she was sleeping. His voice cracks on the last word. I'm sorry, I say. And I mean it. How long have you known? He asks. I suspected for months, but I only confirmed it a few days ago. At our daughter's dance recital. He lets out a bitter laugh. That's where they met, the gym inside the dance academy. Vanessa always goes while Lily's in class. I guess your husband does too, apparently. We sit in silence for a minute. What do you want to do? He finally asks. Honestly, I don't know. I've been so focused on finding out the truth that I haven't thought about what comes after. Have you confronted him? Not yet. Have you confronted her? No. He runs his hands through his hair. Part of me wants to pretend I never found out. Just go back to yesterday when I didn't know. I understand that feeling, I really do. But I can't, he continues. I can't look at her knowing she's been lying to me, to Lily playing happy family while she's... He trails off. I know. Another silence. Then Nathan says something that changes everything. You know what kills me? Our anniversary is next week. 10 years. I was planning this whole thing. Dinner at the place where we had our first date. I even bought her a diamond necklace. Something clicks in my brain. My anniversary is in 2 weeks, I say slowly. 15 years. Derek already made reservations at this fancy restaurant downtown. He does it every year. Very public, very showy. He likes people to think we're the perfect couple. Nathan looks at me. I look at him. We're both thinking the same thing. What if Nathan says carefully? We give them the anniversary they deserve. The plan comes together over the next week. Nathan and I meet twice more, once at the same park, once at a diner 45 minutes away where there's no chance of running into anyone we know. We go over every detail. Derek thinks I don't know. Vanessa thinks Nathan doesn't know. They're both laying their respective spouses planning their secret meetups, probably counting down the days until they can find a way to be together without consequences. They have no idea what's coming. The hard part is acting normal. I have to smile at Derek over breakfast, let him kiss me goodbye, ask him about his day, all while knowing exactly what he's doing, who he's texting, when he steps out of the room, where he really is when he says he's working late. But I do it because the payoff is going to be worth it. Nathan tells me he's doing the same thing with Vanessa, pretending everything is fine. She even showed him the dress she bought for their anniversary dinner, asking if he liked it. He said yes, he didn't. Tell her she wouldn't be wearing it. 5 days before my anniversary, Derek confirms our reservation. 7 p.m. at Merlot's, he says, just like every year. Sounds perfect, I say. What I don't tell him is that I've made a few calls of my own. The night of our anniversary arrives. I spend the afternoon getting ready. I shower. I do my makeup. I curl my hair. I wear the red dress Derek bought me for my birthday 2 years ago, back when things were still good, or at least back when I thought they were good. Madison is at Derek's mother's house for the night, a special sleepover with Grandma, I told her. She was excited. Derek looks handsome in his suit. He always cleans up well. That's part of what attracted me to him in college. That and his smile, and the way he used to look at me like I was the only person in the room. He doesn't look at me that way anymore. You look beautiful, he says as we're leaving. Thank you. The sale. Drive to the restaurant is quiet. Derek fiddles with the radio. I stare out the window and try to keep my hands from shaking. We arrive at Merlot's right at 7 o'clock. It's one of those upscale places with dim lighting and white tablecloths and a wine list thicker than a phone book. Derek loves it because it makes him feel important. The hostess greets us with a smile. Reservation for Mitchell. That's us, Derek says. Right this way. She leads us through the restaurant past couples celebrating birthdays and business deals and quiet Tuesday nights. And then we turn a corner into a semi-private section of the dining room. And there they are, Vanessa and Nathan at a table right next to ours. I watch Derek's face drain of color. He stops walking so suddenly I almost bump into him. Vanessa's eyes go wide. She looks from Derek to me to Nathan and back again. Oh, what a coincidence, I say brightly loud enough for nearby tables to hear. Derek, look, it's Vanessa from the dance academy, and this must be your husband Nathan, right? Nathan stands up, playing his part perfectly. He extends his hand to Derek. Nice to finally meet you, man. Vanessa talks about Madison all the time, says she's a great dancer. Derek's hand moves automatically to shake Nathan's, but I can see the panic in his eyes. Yeah, thanks. Why don't you join us? I suggest, gesturing to their table. There's plenty of room. We should all get to know each other better since our girls are in the same class. Oh, I don't think Vanessa starts. I insist. Nathan interrupts. He's not smiling anymore. It's fate, right? Running into you guys on our anniversary. How perfect is that? The hostess looks confused but gamely pulls our table closer to theirs, creating one long table for four. We sit. Derek is next to me. Vanessa is next to Nathan across from each other. The two people who've been sneaking around for 7 months now forced to sit at the same table with their spouses. It's beautiful. So I say as the waiter comes to take our drink order. How do you two know each other again? Just from the dance academy, Vanessa's face has gone pale. Yes, we've chatted a few times. Chatted, Nathan repeats. His voice is flat. That's one way to put it. Derek clears his throat. Honey, maybe we should what I ask innocently. It's our anniversary, Derek. And apparently it's Vanessa and Nathan's anniversary too. 10 years, right, Nathan? That's right, Nathan confirms. 10 years of marriage. Though it turns out not all of those years were quite what I thought they were. The air at the table has gone cold. Vanessa is gripping her napkin so hard her knuckles are white. Nathan, can we talk privately? Why, he asks. Don't you think we should celebrate all of us together? After all, we have so much in common. Derek tries to stand. I think there's been some kind of misunderstanding. Sit down, I say. My voice isn't loud, but something in it makes him freeze. There's no misunderstanding. We know both of us. We've known for weeks. You could hear a pin drop. Vanessa looks like she might cry or throw up or both. Derek's jaw is clenched so tight I can see the muscle twitching. Amber, he says quietly, let's go home and discuss this. No, I say I think we should stay. We have reservations. It would be rude to leave. The waiter returns with our drinks, blissfully unaware of the tension. He rattles off the specials. Nathan orders the steak. I order the salmon. Derek and Vanessa don't order anything. You need to eat, Nathan tells Vanessa. You're always saying how much you love the food here. Oh, wait. I guess you wouldn't know. You've never been here with me. Nathan, please, Vanessa whispers. Please, what? Please don't embarrass you. Please don't make a scene. His voice is getting louder. Where was that consideration when you were screwing him? The couple at the table next to us looks over. Keep your voice down, Vanessa hisses. Why? Nathan leans back in his chair. Worried someone might hear. Worried someone might find out that perfect Vanessa Bradley isn't so perfect after all. Derek finds his voice. This is insane! Amber, you're being crazy! Don't! I cut him off. Don't you dare call me crazy. Not after months of gaslighting me. Not after making me think I was paranoid and jealous and insecure. Not after bringing her to our daughter's dance recital. I didn't bring her. You knew she'd be there. My voice rises. You knew. And you went anyway. And you smiled at her while I was standing 10 feet away holding flowers for our daughter. Tears are streaming down my face now, but I don't care. Let them fall. Let everyone in this restaurant see what he's done. I have screenshots, I continue. Every message, every I miss you and can't wait to see you. And you're incredible. I have pictures of you leaving her apartment. I have credit card receipts from hotels. I have everything. Derek's face goes from pale to gray. And you? I turned to Vanessa. Did you know he was planning to leave me because that's what he told me last month, that he needed space? That marriage was hard, that maybe we should try counseling, all while he was planning his future with you. Vanessa's eyes widen. She looks at Derek. You said you were going to tell her. You said you were waiting for the right time. Oh my God. Nathan laughs, but there's no humor in it. You told her that you told my wife that you were leaving your wife. It's not. It wasn't like that. Derek stammers. Then what was it like, I ask? Explain it to me. Explain how you could look me in the eye every single day and lie. Explain how you could sleep next to me at night after being with her. Explain how you could kiss our daughter goodnight and then sneak out to be with someone else's family. He doesn't have an answer. The waiter returns with our food. He sets the plates down carefully, clearly sensing the atmosphere, but professionally ignoring it. The moment he's gone, Nathan picks up his fork. Eat, he says to the table. This is a celebration. Remember, anniversaries, love, commitment, all that. I pick up my own fork. My hands are steadier now. The initial confrontation is over, and now comes the part I've been waiting for. You know what I realized, I say conversationally, cutting into my salmon? You two aren't special. This isn't some great love story. You're just two people who were bored with your lives and made a selfish choice. Amber. Derek tries. I'm not finished. I say, you want to know what hurts the most? It's not even the cheating. It's that you made me doubt myself. You made me feel like I was the problem, like I wasn't enough, like I was seeing things that weren't there. I take a bite of salmon. It's delicious. And you? I look at Vanessa. You have a daughter, Lily, right? She's 8. Same age as Madison. Did you ever think about what this would do to her? What happens when she finds out mommy broke up 2 families because she couldn't keep her legs closed? Don't you dare. Vanessa's voice shakes. Don't you dare talk about my daughter. Why not? You didn't think about her. You didn't think about Madison either. You just thought about yourself. Nathan cuts his steak with more force than necessary. You know what Vanessa told me 3 months ago? She said she wanted another baby. Said Lily needed a sibling. We actually started trying. Vanessa closes her eyes. Were you sleeping with both of us at the same time? Nathan asks her. Was that your plan? Get pregnant? And just what hope? It was mine. We always used. Vanessa can't finish the sentence. Oh, that makes it so much better. Nathan says, thanks for being safe while you destroyed our marriage. Derek hasn't touched his food. I think we should take this somewhere private. No, Nathan and I say at the same time. You wanted to be together so badly. I say, here's your chance. You're sitting right next to each other. Go ahead, hold hands, kiss, show us this amazing connection that was worth blowing up 2 marriages. Neither of them moves. That's what I thought, I say. A manager appears at our table, clearly sent over by our increasingly concerned waiter. Is everything all right here? Everything's perfect, Nathan says with a smile that doesn't reach his eyes. Just celebrating our anniversaries. Could we get a bottle of your best champagne? Actually, make it 2 bottles. We have a lot to celebrate. The manager looks uncertain but nods and retreats. You're both insane, Vanessa hisses. Insane, I laugh. We're not the ones who risked everything for stolen moments in gym parking lots. We're not the ones who lied to everyone we're supposed to love. You don't understand. Derek starts. Then make me understand. I challenge him. Tell me what I'm missing. Tell me what she has that I don't. Tell me what was worth throwing away 15 years and a daughter who thinks you hung the moon. He can't look at me. The champagne arrives. The manager himself pours it, probably trying to assess whether he needs to call security. Nathan raises his glass. A toast to the happy couples. May you get exactly what you deserve. I raise my glass and clink it against his. Derek and Vanessa don't move. Come on, Nathan prods. Toast with us. This is a celebration. Slowly, mechanically, they raise their glasses. We drink. The champagne tastes like victory. The evening doesn't end there. We make Derek and Vanessa sit through the entire dinner. We order dessert. We make small talk about the weather and Madison's dance class and Nathan's construction projects. We act like we're 2 couples on a double date. Every second is torture for them, and every second is deeply, darkly satisfying for us. By the time we finally leave the restaurant, Vanessa is in tears, and Derek looks like he's been hit by a truck. Nathan and I walk out together, leaving our respective spouses to follow behind us. Well, Nathan says quietly, that was something. That was everything. I correct him. He looks at me, and for a moment I see my own pain reflected in his eyes. We're both victims of the same betrayal, both sitting in the wreckage of marriages. We thought we're solid. What now, he asks. Now I take a deep breath. Now I'm filing for divorce, taking everything I can, making sure Madison is protected, and making sure Derek understands exactly what he's lost. Sounds like a plan. He pauses. Hey, Amber, thanks for reaching out for all of this. I needed to see it to really understand what she was capable of. You too, I say. I couldn't have done it alone. We exchange a look of understanding. Then we turn back to face Derek and Vanessa. Derek, I say, don't come home tonight. I'm changing the locks in the morning. You can't do that. He starts. Watch me. You can stay at a hotel or with her. I don't care. But you're not sleeping in our bed ever again. What about Madison? What about her? You should have thought about her before you started this. I'll tell her you're on a business trip. I'll figure out the rest later. But you don't get to see her until I talk to a lawyer. Amber, please. I'm done. I say simply, we're done. I walk to my car without looking back. I don't cry on the drive home. I don't cry when I walk into our empty house and see Derek's things everywhere. His jacket on the hook, his shoes by the door, his coffee mug in the sink from this morning. I don't cry when I go upstairs to our bedroom and look at the bed we've shared for 15 years. I cry when I walk past Madison's room and see her stuffed animals lined up on her bed. When I think about how I'm going to explain to her that Daddy isn't coming home, that our family is broken, that everything she thought was real was actually built on lies. I cry for her, for the childhood she's about to lose, for the trust that's going to be shattered. But then I stop crying because Madison deserves a mother who's strong, who doesn't fall apart, who shows her that you can survive betrayal and come out the other side. I call a locksmith who does emergency work. He's there within an hour, changing all the locks. Then I call Jennifer, my best friend since high school. She answers on the second ring, her voice sleepy. Amber, it's midnight. What's wrong? Everything. I say, can you come over? I'm already getting my keys. She shows up 20 minutes later with a bottle of wine and a box of cookies. We sit on my kitchen floor and I tell her everything. The affair, the confrontation, the plan with Nathan, all of it. Holy, she says when I'm done. That's incredible. Terrifying, but incredible. I don't know what I'm doing, I admit. I just know I can't let him get away with this. You're not going to, Jennifer says firmly. We're going to get you the best divorce lawyer in the state. We're going to make sure you and Madison are taken care of, and we're going to make Derek regret every single choice he made. My phone starts buzzing. Derek. I decline the call. It buzzes again and again. He's calling every few minutes, I tell Jennifer, probably freaking out about the locks. Good, she says. Let him freak out. Let him sleep in his car for all I care. My phone buzzes with a text this time. Please let me explain. This isn't what you think. I love you. I love Madison. We can fix this. I show it to Jennifer. This isn't what you think, she reads aloud. Classic cheater line. What does he think you think, that he tripped and fell into her bed repeatedly for 7 months? Despite everything, I laugh. It's a bitter sound, but it's something. Another text. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I made a mistake. Please let me come home. A mistake is forgetting to pick up milk. Jennifer says, this is a choice. Multiple choices every single day for 7 months. She's right. I know she's right. But part of me, a small, stupid part, wants to believe him, wants to think that maybe we can fix this, that maybe our family doesn't have to be destroyed. Then I remember his face at that restaurant, the guilt, the fear, not because he betrayed me, but because he got caught. I delete his messages without responding. The next morning, I wake up to 17 missed calls from Derek and a voicemail from a number I don't recognize. I play the voicemail first. It's Vanessa. Amber, this is Vanessa Bradley. We need to talk. What you and Nathan did last night was cruel and unnecessary. Derek and I, we care about each other. This isn't some sordid affair. We have real feelings. And you ambushing us like that was, I delete it before she can finish. The audacity. The absolute audacity of this woman to call me and lecture me about being cruel. My phone rings again. It's Nathan. Hey, I answer. You get any interesting calls this morning? Vanessa left me 4 voicemails. He says I haven't listened to any of them. You won from her. Apparently we were cruel and unnecessary. He snorts. Yeah, that's us, the real villains in this story. How are you doing, I asked. Honestly, I didn't sleep. Kept replaying everything in my head. How long she's been lying to me. How stupid I've been. You're not stupid, I believed her. Amber, every excuse. Every late night at book club that probably wasn't book club. Every girls' weekend that probably wasn't with girls. I hear the pain in his voice, and I feel it too. We're both grieving the same thing, the loss of the people we thought we married. I'm meeting with a lawyer this afternoon, I tell him. I have a friend who knows someone. A real shark, apparently. Good. Make him pay. That's the plan. We're quiet for a moment. Hey, Nathan says, I know this is weird, but do you want to grab coffee sometime? I feel like you're the only person who actually understands what this is like. Yeah, I say. I'd like that. We make plans for next week after we've both had a chance to talk to lawyers and start figuring out the practical details of blowing up our lives. After we hang up, I call Derek's mother and ask if Madison can stay one more night. I tell her Derek and I are dealing with some things. She doesn't push for details, thank God. Just says, "Of course, Madison can stay as long as we need." Then I make myself breakfast, shower, get dressed, and go meet with the shark. Her name is Patricia. Chen in her office is downtown in one of those buildings with marble floors and expensive art. She's in her 50s, impeccably dressed, with silver hair pulled back in a bun, and glasses that make her look like a stern librarian. But when she shakes my hand, her grip is firm and her smile is kind. "Jennifer spoke very highly of you," she says as we settle into her office. She said, "You have quite a story." I tell her everything. She takes notes, asks questions, doesn't interrupt except for clarification. When I'm done, she sits back in her chair and studies me. "You have a very strong case," she says. "Adultery evidence of the affair documentation. In this state, that matters, especially when it comes to asset division." "What about custody?" I ask. "Madison, that's my priority, given the circumstances. And assuming Derek doesn't have any significant issues that would affect his fitness as a parent beyond the affair, we'll likely be looking at joint custody. But we can push for primary physical custody with you given that you've been the primary caretaker." My stomach sinks. He gets to see her unless there's abuse or neglect. Yes, he's still her father. I hate that. I hate that Derek gets to destroy our family and still get to be a part-time dad. That Madison will have to spend weekends at his new apartment, probably eventually meeting Vanessa if they stay together. But Patricia is already moving on. Now let's talk about assets, the house savings retirement accounts. I'm going to need detailed financial records, bank statements, credit cards, investment portfolios, everything. We spend the next hour going through the logistics of dismantling a 15-year marriage. By the time I leave her office, I have a plan. A real one. Not just revenge, but actual steps toward a future that doesn't include Derek. It feels terrifying and liberating at the same time. Derek shows up at the house that evening. I see his car pull into the driveway through the window. Watch him try his key in the lock. Watch him realize it doesn't work. He rings the doorbell. I don't answer. He rings again, then he starts knocking. "Amber, I know you're in there. Please, we need to talk." I walk to the door but don't open it. "Go away, Derek. Just let me explain." "There's nothing to explain. I know everything. I have proof of everything, and I've already filed for divorce." Silence on the other side of the door. You filed this morning. You'll be served the papers at work tomorrow. My lawyer wanted to make sure you got them somewhere public. Amber, please don't do this. Think about Madison. I am thinking about Madison. I'm thinking about how her father betrayed her mother for 7 months. I'm thinking about how you brought your mistress around her without her knowing. I'm thinking about how you were planning to leave us. I wasn't. Vanessa said you were last night at dinner. She said you told her you were waiting for the right time to tell me. So which is it, Derek? Were you planning to leave, or was she lying? He doesn't answer. That's what I thought. Now leave before I call the police. This is my house too. Not anymore. My lawyer is very good, and I have documentation of every dime you spent on your affair. The hotel rooms, the dinners, the gifts, all from our joint account. All while you were telling me we needed to be more careful with money. I can hear him breathing heavily on the other side of the door. I'll fight you, he says finally, on all of it. The house, custody, everything. Go ahead, I say calmly. But ask yourself if you really want everyone to know what you did. Your parents, your coworkers, Madison's teachers, all the parents at the dance academy. Because if you fight me, that's what's going to happen. I'll make sure everyone knows exactly what kind of man you are. Another long silence. Then I hear his footsteps retreating, his car door slamming, the engine starting. I watch from the window as he drives away. Only then do I let myself shake. Madison comes home the next day. I pick her up from Derek's mother's house, and she's full of stories about baking cookies with Grandma and watching movies and playing with the neighbor's dog. "Where's Daddy?" she asks in the car. "I want to tell him about the cookies we made." "Daddy's on a work trip, sweetie," I say, hating myself for lying, but knowing she's too young for the full truth. "He'll be gone for a little while." "Oh," she sounds disappointed but not devastated. "Can I call him maybe later?" When we get home, she runs straight to her room to play. I stand in the kitchen and try to figure out how long I can keep up this charade. A week, too, eventually. I'll have to tell her something. My phone rings. It's Nathan. "Hey," I answer. "What's up?" I told Lily, he says without preamble. About Vanessa and me that we're separating. My heart clenches. How did she take it? She cried, asked if it was her fault, asked if Mommy and Daddy still love her. His voice cracks. "It was the hardest thing I've ever done. I'm so sorry." Vanessa's furious. Says I shouldn't have told her without discussing it first, but I couldn't keep lying to my kid. You know I know. How's Madison? She doesn't know yet. I told her Derek's on a work trip. I can't bring myself to do it yet. You will when you're ready, Nathan says gently. There's no right way to tell your kid her family's falling apart. We talk for a few more minutes. He tells me his lawyer is already drawing up separation papers, that Vanessa moved out and is staying with her sister, that his house feels empty and wrong. I tell him I understand because I do. After we hang up, I make Madison dinner and help her with her bath and read her a bedtime story. She asks about Derek again, and I tell her he loves her and he'll call soon. I hope that's not a lie. Derek does call. 3 days later, I'm at the grocery store when my phone rings with his number. I almost don't answer, but something makes me pick up. What do you want? I want to talk to my daughter. She's at school. Then I'll call tonight. What time I want to say no. Want to make him suffer more. But Madison's been asking about him every day, and it's not fair to her. 7, I say. But Derek, you tell her you love her. You tell her this isn't her fault. You don't say one word about what's really happening. Got it. I'm not an idiot. Amber could have fooled me. I hang up before he can respond. That night, I sit with Madison while she FaceTimes Derek. Her face lights up when she sees him, and it breaks my heart. Daddy, when are you coming home? I don't know yet, princess. Work is keeping me really busy. I miss you. I miss you too so much. They talk about school and dance class and her new favorite song. Derek asks about her homework, makes her laugh with a silly joke, acts like everything is normal. I watch from the side and I hate him. But I also see how much she loves him, and that complicates everything. After 15 minutes, I tell Madison it's time to say goodnight. Love you, Daddy, she says. Love you too, Mads. To the moon and back and around the stars. She finishes their routine. When she hands me back the phone, I'm about to hang up when Derek says, Wait, Amber, what? Can we please talk, just the two of us? There are things you don't know, things about why this happened. I don't care why it happened, Derek. It happened. That's all that matters. Please, one conversation. That's all I'm asking. Against my better judgment, I say, Fine. Tomorrow. Coffee shop on Main Street, noon. Thank you. I hang up. Jennifer calls me an hour later after I've put Madison to bed. Tell me you're not seriously meeting with him. She says when I tell her about the call, I need to hear what he has to say. He's just going to try to manipulate you, make excuses, tell you what you want to hear so you'll take him back. I'm not taking him back. Are you sure? Because from where I'm sitting, you're giving him exactly what he wants. Access. A chance to talk his way out of this. I'm meeting him in public. I'm not changing my mind about the divorce. I need closure, I guess. Jennifer sigh. Okay, but I'm sitting at a nearby table, and if he makes you cry, I'm throwing my latte in his face. Despite everything, I smile. Deal. The coffee shop is crowded when I arrive the next day. Derek is already there sitting at a table in the back corner. He looks terrible, unshaven, dark circles under his eyes like he hasn't slept in days. Good. I sit down across from him, keeping my purse on my lap and my guard up. Thanks for coming, he says. You have 15 minutes. Talk. He runs his hands through his hair. I don't even know where to start. How about with why you destroyed our family? I didn't mean for it to happen. I know that sounds like, but it's true. Vanessa and I, we started talking at the gym. It was innocent at first, just friendly conversation. She was having problems with Nathan. I was stressed about work and we just connected. When did it turn into more? About 7 months ago. After that conference I went to in Chicago. Remember I told you it was boring, that I just wanted to get home? I remember I'd made his favorite dinner to welcome him back. I was in a bad place. Derek continues. Work was intense. I felt like I was failing at everything. And then Vanessa texted me one night just checking in, and we started talking more. She made me feel, I don't know, seen, I guess. I saw you, Derek, every single day. I saw you. I know you did. But it was different. She didn't need anything from me. She wasn't disappointed when I worked late or forgot to take out the trash. With her, I could just be me. You could have been you with me. You could have talked to me about how you were feeling instead of running to someone else. He looks down at his hands. I know you're right. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just trying to explain. When did you sleep with her? He flinches. Do we really need to answer the question? The first time was about 6 months ago at her apartment. Nathan was out of town. Lily was at her grandmother's. It just happened. It didn't just happen. Derek, you made a choice. You drove to her apartment. You walked through her door. You got into her bed. Those were all choices. I know. And then you kept making that choice over and over, while coming home to me, while kissing me goodnight, while telling Madison you loved her. I do love Madison. I love you too, Amber. That never changed. I laugh bitterly. You have a funny way of showing it. I'm not perfect. I made a mistake. Stop calling it a mistake. My voice rises and people at nearby tables look over. I lower it again. A mistake is one night, one moment of weakness. This was months of lying, months of sneaking around, months of choosing her over your family. I never chose her over you. Yes, you did. Every time you texted her when I was in the same room, every time you said you were working late and went to see her instead, every time you brought her around our daughter without telling me you chose her. He's quiet for a long moment. Are you in love with her, I ask? The question seems to surprise him. I don't know. You don't know. It's complicated. What we have is, it's intense, but I don't know if it's love or just what? Lust, excitement, the thrill of doing something you're not supposed to. Maybe all of that. At least he's being honest now. Would you have left me for her, I ask? He hesitates too long before answering. And that tells me everything. You would have, I say flatly. I thought about it. I won't lie, but I never actually planned to leave. I love my family too much. You just didn't love us enough to stay faithful. He winces. I'm not taking you back. I tell him, I need you to understand that this conversation doesn't change anything. The divorce is happening. Amber, I deserve better than this. Derek Madison deserves better. And you know what? Part of me hopes you end up with Vanessa. I hope you two ride off into the sunset together. Because that way, in a few years, when the excitement wears off and real life sets in, you'll understand what you gave up. You'll understand that what we had was real and good, and you threw it away for nothing. It wasn't nothing. It was to me. I stand up. I've heard enough. Wait, Derek says desperately. Please, can we at least try counseling? For Madison's sake, there's nothing to counsel. You broke this beyond repair. I'll do anything. I'll end things with Vanessa completely. I'll be completely transparent. I'll give you access to everything. My phone, my computer, my schedule, whatever you need. I don't want your access, Derek. I don't want your promises. I don't want to spend the rest of my life wondering where you really are or who you're really with. I don't want to be the marriage police. So that's it. 15 years and you're just done. You were done the moment you slept with her. I'm just accepting reality. I walk away before he can say anything else. Jennifer, true to her word, is sitting 3 tables away. She gives me a questioning look and I shake my head. She gathers her things and follows me out. We get into my car and I sit there gripping the steering wheel trying not to cry. How bad, Jennifer asks. He wanted to try counseling. Of course he did. Let me guess he'll do anything. Be completely transparent. Give you full access to his life, word for word, standard cheater playbook. Did you tell him to go to hell more or less? She squeezes my shoulder. Good. You're better off without him. I want to believe her. I really do. The divorce proceedings move faster than I expected. Patricia is as good as Jennifer promised. She files motion after motion requests bank records documents every expense Derek made on the affair. It turns out he spent over $15,000 in 6 months on hotels, dinners, gifts, weekend trips he told me were for work. $15,000 of our money while I was clipping coupons and telling Madison we couldn't afford the expensive dance shoes she wanted. When Derek's lawyer sees the evidence, they push for a settlement rather than going to trial. I get the house, my car, 60% of our savings, and primary physical custody of Madison, with Derek getting every other weekend and 1 weekend night dinner. It's not perfect, but it's fair. The hardest part is telling Madison. We sit her down on a Saturday afternoon, both of us together, because the counselor said it was important we present a united front. Sweetie, I start, my voice already shaking. You know how Daddy's been on his work trip? She nods, clutching her favorite stuffed rabbit. Well, the truth is, Daddy and I have been having some grown-up problems, and we've decided that it's better if we don't live together anymore. Why? Her voice is so small. Sometimes adults grow apart, Derek says. It's not anyone's fault. It's just what's best for everyone. Is it because of me? Madison's eyes fill with tears. No, I pull her onto my lap. No, baby. Never. This has nothing to do with you. We both love you so, so much. That will never change. Where will Daddy live? I have an apartment near here. Derek tells her, you'll have your own room there. We can decorate it however you want. I don't want 2 rooms. I want 1 room and both my parents. She starts crying, really crying. And Derek and I look at each other across her shaking shoulders, and I see my own grief reflected in his eyes. This is what we did to our little girl who didn't ask for any of this. We both hold her and tell her we love her and promise that nothing will change and how much we care about her. But we both know it's a lie. Everything has changed. Everything will keep changing. After Derek leaves, Madison cries herself to sleep in my arms. I tuck her into bed, and then I go into my own room and I punch a pillow until my hands hurt because I need to hit something, and it can't be Derek's face. Nathan and I meet for coffee a week later. He looks as exhausted as I feel. How's Lily, I ask, having nightmares? Won't sleep alone, cries every time Vanessa comes to pick her up for her custody days. Madison, too. She keeps asking if Daddy's coming back. God, I hate this. Me too. We sit in silence for a minute, both lost in our own pain. Vanessa's still seeing him, Nathan says suddenly. Derek. I thought maybe they'd ended after everything, but they're together. She doesn't even try to hide it anymore. Something cold settles in my stomach. How do you know? She told me. Said she's moving in with him in 2 months once his lease is up. Says they're in love. That this whole thing just proved they're meant to be together. I feel dizzy. Derek told me he'd end it. When we met for coffee, he said he'd do anything. Guess he lied about that too. I pull out my phone and find Derek's number. He answers on the third ring. Amber, is Madison. Okay, are you seeing Vanessa pause? Answer me. Yes, he says finally. We're together. You told me you'd end it. You told me you were divorcing me anyway, so what does it matter? It matters because you lied again. I didn't lie, Look, Amber, whether I'm with Vanessa or not doesn't change anything between us. The divorce is happening. I'm trying to move on by moving in with the woman you cheated with. Another pause. How did you? Nathan told you. Yeah, Nathan told me. You know why? Because we actually talk to each other. We're honest with each other because we're the only two people in this whole mess who didn't destroy our families for a quick thrill. It's not like that. I don't care what it's like, Derek, but you better not bring her around Madison. Not yet. She's already dealing with enough. I'm her father. I have a right. You have rights that I allowed you to keep. Don't forget that. I could have pushed for supervised visitation. I could have made your life hell. I was nice because I thought you might actually care about our daughter's well-being. But if you move your mistress into your apartment where Madison visits, I will go back to Patricia and we will revisit the custody arrangement. Do you understand? He's quiet. Do you understand? Yes. I hang up. Nathan is watching me. You okay? No. I laugh, but it sounds slightly unhinged. No, I'm not okay. My ex-husband is playing house with his mistress. My daughter is having nightmares. I'm sleeping alone in a bed I shared with someone for 15 years. Nothing is okay. Yeah, Nathan says quietly. I get that. We sit there together, two broken people trying to figure out how to put the pieces of our lives back together. You know what the worst part is? I say I miss him. Not what he became, but who he was. Who I thought he was. I miss having a partner. I miss having someone to share things with. I miss feeling like I wasn't alone. I miss that too, Nathan admits. Sometimes I wake up and forget Vanessa's gone. I reach for her and the bed's empty, and I have to remember all over again. Does it get better? I don't know. I hope so. 3 months pass. The divorce is finalized on a Tuesday. I sign the papers in Patricia's office, and then I sit in my car in the parking garage, and I don't know whether to cry or celebrate. I'm free, legally, officially free, but I don't feel free. I feel tired and sad and angry that this is my life now. Madison is adjusting slowly. She sees Derek every other weekend like clockwork. He hasn't brought Vanessa around, thank God. But Madison knows about her. She asks questions sometimes. Does Daddy have a new friend? Is her name Vanessa? Does she have a daughter? I answer as honestly as I can without giving her details she doesn't need. Yes, Daddy has a friend named Vanessa. Yes, she has a daughter named Lily. They go to your dance academy. Madison processes this. Is she why you and Daddy got divorced? It's complicated, sweetheart. Grown-up relationships are hard sometimes. I don't like her. You don't have to like her, but you have to be polite if you meet her. I don't know if I mean that, but it seems like the right thing to say. Nathan and I start meeting for coffee regularly, not dates. We're very clear about that. Just two friends who understand each other's pain, who can talk about the weird logistics of co-parenting with the people who betrayed us, who can vent about seeing their exes move on while they're still trying to figure out how to be alone. Vanessa wants to bring Derek to Lily's birthday party. Nathan tells me one afternoon, "Are you serious?" Completely. She says it's important that Lily sees her parents getting along, that we're blending our families. What did you tell her? I told her she's delusional. That I'm not spending my kid's birthday party making small talk with the man who ruined my marriage. Good. But now Lily's upset. Thinks I'm being mean to Mommy. Thinks it's my fault they can't all be together. God, that's awful. Yeah. He stirs his coffee absently. I'm thinking about moving. Getting a fresh start somewhere. Too many memories here. I've thought about that too. But Madison's school, her friends, her dance, it's her stability. I can't take that away from her. Yeah, me too. We're stuck. We're quiet for a moment. Can I ask you something? Nathan says, Sure. Do you ever wonder if we did the right thing that night at the restaurant? What do you mean? I mean, we humiliated them publicly. Maybe if we'd handled it differently, things could have been what? Better? They were cheating, Nathan. For months, they made their choices long before we exposed them. I know. Sometimes I wonder if we made things worse. For the kids, the kids are hurting because their parents lied and cheated, not because we told the truth. You're right. I know you're right. But I can hear the doubt in his voice. The same doubt I feel sometimes at 3 o'clock in the morning when I can't sleep and I'm replaying everything. Did we do the right thing? Would it have been better to handle it privately, to quietly separate without the confrontation and drama? But then I remember Derek's face when he realized I knew the fear, the guilt, the understanding that he'd been caught. And I remember feeling powerful for the first time in months. So yeah, maybe we could have done it differently. But I don't regret what we did. 6 months after the divorce, I'm invited to a wedding. It's Jennifer's cousin, someone I've met a few times. The invitation includes a +1. I almost RSVP for just me, but Jennifer insists I bring someone. You need to get back out there, she says. Meet people. Remember that you're more than just Derek's ex-wife. I don't want a date. I'm not saying date. I'm saying go to a wedding with a friend and dance and drink champagne and remember what it's like to have fun. I consider asking Jennifer to be my +1, but she's in the wedding party. Then I think about Nathan. We've been meeting for coffee once or twice a week for months now. We text occasionally. He's the only person besides Jennifer who really understands what I'm going through. I send him a message. Want to be my +1 to a wedding. Fair warning, it's black tie, and there will be an obscene amount of romance and coupley stuff. He responds immediately. Is there an open bar? Yes, then I'm in. The wedding is beautiful. It's at a vineyard an hour outside the city, all rolling hills and sunset views. Jennifer's cousin looks radiant. Her husband-to-be looks at her like she hung the stars. I'm happy for them. Really, I am. But I'd be lying if I said it didn't hurt a little. Watching them promise forever to each other, knowing I made those same promises once and they meant nothing in the end. Nathan picks up on my mood during the ceremony. He leans over and whispers, You okay? Yeah, just memories. Want to get out of here? We can't leave. I'm supposed to be at the reception. I meant step outside for a minute. We slip out during the photos and walk through the vineyard. It's late summer and the grapes are heavy on the vines. The air smells sweet. You looked sad in there, Nathan says. Did I? I was trying not to be. It's okay to be sad. This stuff is hard watching other people's happiness when yours fell apart. Were you happy, I asked with Vanessa before everything? He thinks about it. I thought I was, but looking back. I don't think either of us were. We were just going through the motions. Work, kid bills, repeat. We stopped seeing each other somewhere along the way. Derek and I were the same. I kept telling myself we were fine, that all marriages go through rough patches. But the truth is we'd been rough for years. Do you think you would have stayed if he hadn't cheated? Probably. I would have kept trying, kept pretending for Madison. Me too, for Lily. We stop walking and stand there among the vines, two people who've been through the same hell trying to figure out how to move forward. Thank you, I say suddenly. For what? For being there. For understanding. For helping me through the worst time of my life. You did the same for me. And then something shifts. I don't know who moves first, but suddenly we're closer than we were, and Nathan is looking at me in a way that makes my heart race. Amber, he says quietly. Yeah. Is this weird, us being here together? A little. Good weird or bad weird? I smile. I don't know yet. He reaches out and tucks a strand of hair behind my ear. It's such a simple gesture, but it's been so long since anyone touched me with tenderness that I almost gasp. We should probably get back, he says, but he doesn't move. Probably. We stand there for another moment. Then we walk back to the reception side by side. Not quite touching, but not quite apart either. Something changes between us after that night. We still meet for coffee, but now there's an awareness that wasn't there before. A possibility. Nathan starts texting me, good morning, asking how my day was, sending me funny memes when he knows I'm having a hard time with Madison. I find myself thinking about him more than I probably should, but I'm terrified. Getting involved with Nathan would be messy complicated. We're both still healing. Our ex-spouses are together. Our daughters are in the same dance class. It's a disaster waiting to happen. Jennifer disagrees. You deserve happiness. She tells me over wine one night, Nathan makes you smile. He gets what you've been through. So what if it's complicated? It's not just complicated, it's insane. What if it doesn't work out? What if we ruin our friendship? What if the kids get attached and then we break up? What if it works out? What if you find something real with someone who actually appreciates you? I don't have an answer for that. 2 weeks later, Nathan invites me to dinner. Not coffee. Dinner. Is this a date, I ask when he calls? Do you want it to be? I don't know. Do you? He laughs. We're both disasters. You know that I'm aware. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Let's go to dinner as friends. And if it turns into more, we'll figure it out. And if it doesn't, we'll still be friends. No pressure. No pressure, I repeat. None at all. Okay, dinner. I spend way too long getting ready. I change my outfit 3 times. I do my makeup and then wipe it off and redo it because it looks like I'm trying too hard. Finally, I settle on a simple black dress and minimal jewelry. Casual but nice. When Nathan picks me up, his eyes widen slightly. You look amazing. Thanks. So do you. He's wearing slacks and a button-down shirt. He's cleaned up nicely. I'd only ever seen him in jeans and t-shirts before. We go to a small Italian restaurant neither of us has been to before. Neutral territory. At first, it feels exactly like our coffee meetups. Easy conversation, shared frustrations about our exes, updates on our kids. But then, somewhere between the appetizer and the main course, something shifts. Nathan reaches across the table and takes my hand. I need to tell you something, he says. My heart starts racing. Okay, I like you, Amber, as more than a friend. I've been trying to ignore it because I know the timing is terrible and we're both still figuring our lives out. But I can't keep pretending I don't feel this way. I stare at our hands, his fingers warm around mine. I like you too, I admit. But I'm scared of what? Of messing this up, of getting hurt again, of dragging you into my chaos. Your chaos is my chaos. We're already in this together. What about the kids? What about Derek and Vanessa Madison and Lily? Like each other. They're already friends from dance, and Derek and Vanessa can deal with it. They don't get to dictate our lives just because they blew up their marriages. He has a point. I don't know if I'm ready for a relationship, I say honestly. Then we'll go slow. No rushing, no expectations, just us figuring it out. I look up at him, at this man who understands my pain because he's lived it too. Who makes me laugh, who texts me good morning and asks about my day and genuinely cares about the answer. Okay, I say. Let's figure it out. He smiles. Really smiles. And for the first time in months, I feel something other than pain. I feel hope. We don't tell anyone at first. It feels too fragile too. Like if we say it out loud, it might disappear. But people notice anyway. Jennifer figures it out within a week. You're glowing. She accuses me over coffee. What happened? Nothing. Liar. You met someone. I didn't meet someone new. Nathan and I are kind of seeing where things go. Her eyes widen. Nathan, Vanessa's ex-husband, Nathan. Yeah. Oh my God, that's actually kind of perfect. Is it? Or is it completely insane? Both, but mostly perfect. You two deserve happiness. And who better to understand you than someone who's been through the exact same thing? I want to believe her. Nathan and I start spending more time together. Real dates, movies, dinners, walks in the park. It's different from anything I had with Derek. There's no game playing, no wondering where I stand. Nathan is honest and open and present in a way Derek never was, but the shadow of our ex-spouses hangs over everything. The explosion comes 3 months into our relationship. Madison comes home from a weekend at Derek's crying. What happened? I ask, pulling her onto my lap. Daddy said you have a new boyfriend. She sobs. He said you replaced him. My blood runs cold. Who told you that, Daddy and Miss Vanessa? She said, you and Mr. Nathan are together now, and that's not fair because you're still supposed to love Daddy. I want to drive to Derek's apartment right now and scream at him. How dare he put this on our daughter? Instead, I take a deep breath and dry Madison's tears. Baby, listen to me. I do have a friend named Nathan. You know Mr. Nathan, right? Lily's daddy. She nods. Well, Nathan and I have been spending time together, but that doesn't mean I replaced Daddy. Daddy and I aren't married anymore, so we're both allowed to have new friends, and you are the most important person in my life. That will never change. But Daddy's sad. He said, you moved on too fast. Daddy doesn't get to be sad about that. I say, trying to keep my voice gentle. Daddy made choices that hurt our family. And now we're all trying to move forward in our own ways. It's not enough. She's 8. She doesn't understand the complexities of adult relationships and betrayal, but it's all I can give her right now. After I put her to bed, I call Derek. He answers on the first ring. How dare you, I hiss. How dare you tell Madison about Nathan like that? She deserved to know that her mother is dating someone new. She deserved to hear it from me in a way that didn't make her feel like she has to choose sides. You are dating him, though. Don't lie. I'm not lying. Yes, Nathan and I are seeing each other. And you know what? We have that right. Just like you had the right to move Vanessa into your apartment. Or did you forget you're living with the woman you cheated with? That's different. How is it different? You get to move on, but I have to stay alone and miserable. It's too fast, Amber. The divorce has only been final for a few months. You're unbelievable. You were cheating for 7 months before I even found out. You don't get to lecture me about timing. What about Madison? Did you think about how this would affect her? I think about Madison every single day, unlike you who only thinks about himself. I hang up before he can respond. Then I call Nathan. Derek told Madison about us. I say when he answers, he made her cry, made her think she has to choose between being okay with me dating or being loyal to him. Vanessa did the same thing to Lily, Nathan says, sounding exhausted. Told her that you and I were betraying our families, that we were being selfish. This is a disaster. No, this is them trying to control us, trying to make us feel guilty for moving on when they're the ones who blew everything up in the first place. Maybe they're right. Maybe it is too fast. Maybe we should don't. Nathan interrupts. Don't let them win. Don't let them make you doubt us. But the kids will be fine. They're upset now, but kids are resilient. They'll adjust. But if we let Derek and Vanessa manipulate us into being miserable, then they get exactly what they want. He's right. I know he's right, but it doesn't make it easier. Over the next few weeks, the war between us and our exes escalates. Vanessa starts bad-mouthing me to other parents at the dance academy, telling them I stole her husband, that I'm a homewrecker. The irony would be funny if it wasn't so infuriating. Derek tries to modify the custody arrangement, claiming I'm creating an unstable environment for Madison by dating so soon. Patricia shuts that down immediately, pointing out that Derek moved his mistress in within weeks of the divorce being finalized, but the damage is done. Other parents look at me differently. Whisper when I pick up Madison from class. Nathan deals with the same thing. His construction company gets anonymous complaints. Nothing actionable, just enough to be annoying. They're trying to make us as miserable as they are, Nathan says one night. We're at his place having dinner after the kids are in bed at their respective houses. Is it working? He pulls me close, not even a little. And the thing is, despite everything, I'm happy. Really happy. Nathan and I fit together in a way that feels effortless. We can talk about anything. We laugh at the same dumb jokes. We support each other through the hard days and celebrate the good ones. I'm not looking to replace what I had with Derek. I'm building something completely new, something better. The final confrontation happens at Madison's dance recital 6 months later. It's the spring show and both families are there. Derek and Vanessa sitting on one side of the auditorium, Nathan and me on the other. Madison and Lily are both in the same performance. They've actually become friends over the past few months, bonding over their complicated family situations. The show is beautiful. Both girls are amazing. And then it's over, and we're all standing in the lobby, and the girls run up to us excited and sweaty and asking if they can get ice cream together. Madison looks at me. Lily looks at Nathan. Please, they say in unison. I glance at Nathan. He shrugs. Okay, I say. We'll come too, Vanessa says quickly. And so we end up at the ice cream shop across the street, all of us. The girls at one table, the 4 adults at another. It's awkward and tense, and I want to be anywhere else. But then I watch Madison and Lily laughing together, eating their ice cream, and I realize something. They're okay. Our daughters are actually okay. They've adapted to their new reality. 2 households, complicated relationships, and they've found a way to be friends anyway. They're resilient, Nathan says quietly, following my gaze. Derek and Vanessa are pointedly not looking at us. Can I say something? I asked the table to all of us. Derek looks wary. What? This is hard for everyone. The girls know things are complicated, but they also see us all here together and they're okay with it. Maybe we should try to be okay with it too. You're the one who Vanessa starts, but Nathan cuts her off. Don't. Just don't. We've all made mistakes. We've all done things we regret, but our daughters are friends and they don't deserve to be caught in the middle of our drama. There's a long silence. Then Derek speaks. You're right. I've been angry at Amber, at myself, at the whole situation, but taking it out on Madison isn't fair. It's the closest he's come to an apology. Neither is what we've been doing to Lily. Vanessa admits quietly, making her feel like she has to choose. Nathan and I exchange a glance, so maybe we try to do better. I suggest all of us for them. Yeah. Derek says, okay, it's not forgiveness, it's not friendship, but it's a truce, and sometimes that's enough. 1 year later, Nathan and I are sitting on my back porch watching Madison and Lily play in the yard. They're doing some elaborate dance routine they made up, completely absorbed in their own world. I have something to tell you, Nathan says. I look at him. That sounds ominous. It's not. I hope. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small box. My heart stops. I know we said we'd go slow, he continues. And we have, but Amber, this past year with you has been the happiest of my life. You've shown me what real partnership looks like, what love is supposed to be, and I don't want to waste any more time. He opens the box. Inside is a simple, beautiful ring. Will you marry me? I look at the ring, at him, at our daughters playing together in the yard. A year ago, I was standing in a dance academy lobby, watching my world crumble, watching my husband smile at another woman, realizing that everything I thought I knew was a lie. And now I'm here with a man who sees me, who chooses me every single day. Yes, I say. Yes, I'll marry you. He slides the ring onto my finger and kisses me. And our daughters cheer from the yard because apparently they were watching the whole time. Later that night, after Nathan leaves and Madison is asleep, I look at my phone. There's a message from Derek. Madison told me about Nathan's proposal. Congratulations. I mean it. You deserve to be happy. It's not much, but from Derek, it's everything. I don't respond. I just delete the message and turn off my phone because my future isn't about Derek anymore. It's about Nathan and Madison and building something real with someone who actually values it. The night of that terrible anniversary dinner feels like a lifetime ago, when Nathan and I sat across from our cheating spouses and served them the humiliation they deserved. When we decided that we wouldn't be victims anymore, I don't regret it. Not for a second, because that night didn't just expose Derek and Vanessa's affair. It freed me. It showed me that I was stronger than I thought, that I deserved better, that I could take control of my own story. And yeah, maybe it was dramatic, maybe it was petty, but sometimes the best revenge isn't just living well. Sometimes it's making sure they watch while you do it. Derek and Vanessa got their happy ending. I guess they're still together, still playing house. But Nathan and I got something better. We got real. And as I sit here wearing his ring, planning our future, I can't help but smile.